Howdy folks, where the heck is my egg? It might be in all present, but we didn't solve it last time. I was probably getting stuck in a silly way. I was very tired. I'm kind of still tired today, but whatever. I'm going to do other puzzles and maybe they won't be as difficult. String. He's just gone and picked the most difficult puzzle in the game, right? String. Okay, we've got a double portal situation. Easy. So we just got to be down there while the red light bulb is being lit up with a laser. Easy. Easy peasy. The 1 and the 2 are stuck. I say easy peasy. Wait, so then this is stuck. Are they definitely stuck? I think they're definitely stuck. The trouble with these games is that you like build up assumptions like that. Well, they're in the corner. They're definitely stuck, right? And then it turns out it's not true somehow. It seems to me like I want to bring the 2 out here so that I can push the 1 through the other 2. So like this. Although it's going to be against an edge, which is fine. It could be against the right-hand edge. Then this, however, I need to get there. So that's going to be the problem. How do I do that? I can be there. But the laser's not pointing at the 1 anymore. How can the laser be pointing at both the 1 and the 2? I mean, it doesn't have to be. I could go via the 1, although that's still a problem, right? Because, like, I can't get to that 1. And I can't set up this laser over there. Even if I could, I wouldn't be able to point it at the 1. So, okay, so let's say the 1 is ending up where it is. And then I'm going through that. Then I need the other 1 to have come out. So I think I need to move one of those ones, that 1 or that 2, which I guess that is a way of doing it by pushing it through another thingy. So let's go back to the situation where we had both the 1 and the 2 out here. Okay. In this situation, is there some way that I can do something? I guess I can also do weird, like, loopy things as well. Right, this is an ongoing loop. No, it's not. Right, because it's coming out that side. So that is pushable, but just goes into that same state. The laser gets interrupted. It's funny that the texture of the laser is stretched along the length of the laser. Like here, it's like little bunched up like stripes, and down here you can see it changing the length of the stripes. Anyway, so I want that light bulb to be lit up, and as far as I can tell, let's say we took you back in there. Like, what even can I do? I can push the 2 through the 1, but I can't make the 2 eat the 1, right? Unless there's nothing below the 1. Is that true? If there's no space to go into below the 1. I don't know if that's true, though. Even if I do that, I can't get back over there. Yeah, I can't get back over there. Get you over there. Is that useful? Maybe that is useful? If you were going to go over there, I'd want you against that right edge, I think. Let's just imagine that that's somehow useful and do it. Although I can't. Yeah, because it can't point at the thing from here. Except maybe it can... Yeah, there is a way to do that. That is kind of interesting. I wonder if I'm supposed to do this. I wonder if I'm taking the laser into the other one. Okay, I am. I'm totally taking the laser into the other one. And so the thing that I was about to do to get the laser into the top room, I'm just going to take it to the bottom room instead. And to do that, what I'm going to do is point at the 1, which is going to point at the 2. And then I'm going to have the 2 here. And then I push this down, it pops out the 2. And then I hope I can do the rest. I don't know if I can. Maybe I can. Yes, I can. I can just go through it, right? Okay, so bring the 2 out again. So, like that. It's a string of portals, I guess. So if I push this down, it goes through the 2. It does. Ah, but you're out there. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, the thing's not powered anymore. Well, that is a problem. Why does the 2 need to be powered right now? It doesn't, right? So why did I go to some effort to make it powered? Like if like you are all like, let's say you're down there. It's a bad place to put it because it's stuck, but well. What am I doing? I don't know. No way for me to power 2 at this point. So I want to do something similar, but like 1 through 2 or something. If these are the other way around, does something interesting happen? No. 2 goes back in there. 2 isn't even active, but 2 could be active if we had this the other way around. Oh gosh. 1 has gone through 2. I can then do this, push 1 down. But I'm going to be stuck back out here again. It's the same problem. Unless I can also get 2 in there, but that doesn't make any sense. Can I get them all in there? Whew. I'll swap you to 1 right now. Or I don't even want to swap you. I just wait, if I just do that and then move you there, am I not good? So I can push this down. No. Ooh, wait, why can't I go through that? Why can't I go through that? Why wouldn't I just go through it? Because I can't go through the through that one there. Wait, hold on. So I'm trying to go through this 2. I would pop out the bottom of the other 2, but then I can't push the other one down. Well, no, I can push the other one down. So yeah, why don't I just push the other one down? You can't push as you exit a portal. Is that the case? That's not true, is it? Push you up. Huh. I kind of feel like this should work. I guess I can just set it up again. That was not a way of doing that. Hold on. This. Then I can go through. Then I can push you down and we're done. Okay. These have a certain complexity to them where I'm not even entirely sure by the end of them what the bottleneck was in it. Like there was something in there and I just shoved them around until they were the right way round and everything worked. Sure. Deep teleport logic. Like it's the kind of puzzle where there are certain puzzles where like days after the fact, even months after the fact, I could say, oh yeah, the solution to that was that cool idea. That is not that kind of puzzle. That is like I couldn't tell you what I did. I guess I just shuffled them around until the laser was pointing in the right place and I could get into that bottom room, sure. Whatever. What is that? What's that meant to be? So, I was going to say it's a bit like a cookie, but that's a cookie. I do not know. Deep teleport logic bug. Okay, they're after that one as well, so I'm slightly worried. Okay. Oh, okay, so there's a door there. Button door. So it's one way, is what you're telling me. And I can't take anything else over there, except there is a portal, there's a 2. So stuff can get over there. Intriguing. And then blue and red need to be done to get to the egg. And there's a red there, which is curious. A red gate. And then the blue target is there. And then the red thing is here. So ultimately at the end, something has to be on here. Well, not necessarily if I get a portal past the red gate near the egg. Okay. No crossing this. Unless I teleport, of course, which I can. I could even bring the 2 out if I wanted to. Don't know if I want to. But I can. And then, with that, I can get the 1 over there if I want to. I don't know if I want to. Do I want to? I don't know. Oh, I see. So we've only got a downwards pointing laser. We don't have any arrows. So therefore, this laser has to go where that red door is over there. Okay. Above the blue bulb. So, I've done a bunch of stuff. Is that stuff useful? I don't know. Only I can go over this way. But I can go over that way. I can also just teleport if I want to. Well, the laser doesn't have to go above the blue bulb. It could be a portal instead. It could be the 1, it could be whatever. In fact, I could do the 1 right now, kinda. I could go over here, put it in the right place. Ooh. Let's go back. And, I could put it in the right place. I think I can get... No, I can't get back at this point, can I? Because I've got no way to affect the laser from this side. Unless, of course, I bring the laser over. Which doesn't seem necessarily not true. I don't know. I can also... Whew. What do I think I want? I think I want blue and red to be pressed. Blue. So like, okay, let me get the thing up so I can point at stuff. Is it that one? No. No, hold on. Wait, why isn't that working actually? Oh yeah, I have to do this, then that. Yeah, there we go. It's not at all obvious how to get to that in OBS. Sometimes if I'm doing it frequently, I'll remember, but otherwise I have to right click the scene, then go to open scene projector, then new window. That's the sequence. Okay. Okay, so what was I saying? So it's interesting that like in theory, like if this were the only red door, then I would just like put a thing on it and then I wouldn't have to have red press anymore. But then this red door exists as well, implying, I think, that something's going to have to remain on this. We're not just putting something on that temporarily while we get this in position. Also, how many things are we going to have where? Like, how many things do we have? Effectively, it's unlikely we're getting that 2 out of there, right? And if we are, we're just replacing it with something else. 1, 2, 3. Is it ever possible to get all of these away from... No, there'd always be one against this wall, right, down here. So if there's one there, and there's always one there, then we've effectively got 3 things we can move about. One of which needs to be involved in hitting this. Another of which needs to be involved in pressing that. And then the other one is just doing whatever. Now I can only go through this 2 to get to the other side. How'd the chicken get to the other side? Through the 2 portal. Sure. Like going rightwards. So the 2's on there and it's the portal, which... But I mean, I can just jump over, right? Like, so if I get everything set up, if I put a thing here as like the last move, and sure, nothing's powered at that point. But I'm expecting that 1 will be powered, like, so that it's pointing out here, or I'm putting the laser there. If I take the laser across, the laser there, then I don't care who's powered over here, because the laser's just directly powering this. I just care about there's something being on this, which feels like if it's possible to solve it with a portal here, I feel like, I was going to say, I feel like no matter what, if one of those is possible, the other one's possible, but that's not necessarily true because of the fact that you have to keep these things powered. I'm going to bet that we're taking the laser over. Let's operate under that assumption for now. And then if that doesn't seem to be the case later, we'll change things. But okay, so I want to push this through the 2 effectively. So I'll do what I did before. And then to do that, which is doable, do this kind of thing, that kind of thing. Then I'm over here. So this is my last moment to do something, which is fine. Wait, we're done, right? Is there anything left to do? Okay, sometimes it's surprising when they're quite easy. Wait, we got planets? Is that Jupiter? Is that a Jupiter egg? Deep teleport. Create conditions, opposite shore, logic book. I guess we saw logic book first. Let's go there. Logic book. Are we actually going to exploit some kind of bug? Okay, so there's a hoppy gap here. There's a 1 and a 1. There's 2 lasers. Ooh. How is that behaving? It's hard to tell. I can see the animation going from the right-hand laser. I mean, I guess they either collide or they overlap. And it's going to be hard for me to disambiguate those 2 things, I think. So then I have you pointing in both directions. I could push you down if I wanted to. I mean, what's going to happen in this situation? Whatever. What do I need to do? I need to get the bulb, the blue bulb lit up. To do that, I need to what? Well, you're very much in the way. Except, I guess I can see how I'd get you out of there. I'm going to be pushing a portal into you. To do that. So let's say I want to be able to push you left, so that you need to be blocked on the left. But to do that, just to be against this wall, I think. I guess there's also the option that there's like the 1 is here, and then we've got 2 things here and here, but I don't have that many things, so that's not an option really. So if I wanted to push you to the left, you'd either have to not be active at all, but you're going to be because of this. Or, like, I can never get these. I can get you on this side, but I can't get the portals near each other because they can't go through themselves. The only thing that's doable now is lowering you, but that doesn't do anything. What other way could I have you on the bottom row? Oops, not you. You on the bottom row and pushable to the left by having you be blocked. Which you can do like this, right? If I had left you in the right place initially. No, let's do that. If I do this, then I won't jump over that thing. Yeah, then we're fine. Okay. So is that the first step or is it not the first step? I don't know. Well, then I can light you up. Push you from the bottom. Am I done? Yeah, I'm done. Holy moly. After some of the previous puzzles, I was expecting to just get stuck a lot, but no, that's not happening. Create conditions. Create conditions. Okay, blue door, green door. Green door layout is kind of interesting. The button being in an opposite direction. You are against this edge, but you don't have to be. I mean, that's not how I fix that, but in theory, you don't have to be. Currently just doing stuff, just experimenting. That does nothing. Create conditions. What conditions am I trying to create? Well, okay, I've got 3 portals over there. But I can also get 3 portals over there if I want to. Probably not like that, but whatever. Over there. What do I want? I want this to be pressed? I want to go that way. If there's something here, then I can't go past it. So whatever's holding this down needs to be a portal. So I can pop out the other side of it. Or I put a portal on the blue door. Also an option. Like I'm pressing this, there's something between this button and the door, and I push it. It's on the door. I can then go through and pop out to that thing. But then there's the green as well. So yeah, I probably can figure out a lot here just by looking at what the ending wants from me. Let's bring this back up. Apparently I did the wrong thing again. If I click open scene projector in the wrong place, then I don't get this thing. Okay. Okay, so if something's got to go there, it's not going to be me, or it could be me if there's like a portal, or if, I guess it could be me if there's something on here, and that thing would have to be a portal. That feels unlikely, right? I must be like pushing a thing upwards. Then how do I get there? Well, I pop out the bottom of it. So I need a situation where I can come through. Ooh. I can come out the bottom, but that means having gone in the top of the other thing. If I've gone in the top of the other thing, then there is no way to push this up because there's absolutely a space above the other side of this portal. How do I get you up there? Like either way, if I'm putting something down here or putting something up there, I've got to solve this problem. How do I push something vertically in this column? Unless I pop out of a different thing, but again, I'd have to get that thing vertically in that column. So there's absolutely a thing of how to get something vertically here. I mean, maybe I just push something through a portal upwards and it pops out there. But then I go through it downwards and I pop out here. Yeah? Okay, well that seems like a simple way to end it. So that means getting one portal here. I don't know if it's a 1 or a 2, but whatever. A portal somewhere else where there's an up and a down. So like, I don't know, in here, like this one. Push something through. Then I go through the other side. What's the trouble with any of this? Like, isn't this all fine? Right now I can't push this 2 around. Whew, okay, getting something past here and not getting stuck, that is another tricky thing to do. I'm going to go back to experimenting. We've done enough notes. Something. So, okay, let's say we're getting a portal there. Let's focus on just that task. I mean, isn't that task kind of easy? Yeah. It's very easy, but I need to leave. Could I leave a 2 on there and then go through the 2? Oh, but I can't be back on the other side without the 2 being... Okay, so I can't push this around. So in this situation, I can't push this 2 around ever, I don't think. Well, yeah. Okay. Oh dear, what have I just done? Now I'm stuck. The moves of like pushing stuff through portals are a little bit hard to visualize. Like when you got like 3 things pressed against each other and some things can go through some other things, it's a bit like, ugh. Like who decides which thing goes through which thing? I mean, there's definitely a system to it. It's probably just the first thing goes through the next thing if it can, and then otherwise the next thing will go through the next thing. I don't know, but still, it's a bit of a horrible situation. What am I doing? I want you to go that way. I mean, I can just leave you on there, and then I don't need anything. I mean, that's kind of interesting. Then I cannot get through this except to there. Except I could put you against the edge. This is actually very interesting. Put you against the edge. Oh, but I still can't go through it. Of course. If the 2 had been in a good place already, would we actually basically be done? No, because the 1 is stuck. When was I last over there? Sorry, I'm yawning again. And when was the 2 last movable? Was it ever movable? I mean, I guess I can go through here and then change that to the 2 instead. And then what was the idea? Do like, no, take this through there. What's there an idea? I don't even know. What? I'm just doing random things. La, 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 la. At this point, I can't do anything with this. Do I want the laser to go through? Maybe I want the laser to go through. Yeah, at this point, I'm just guessing at stuff. I know there's people in the comments thinking, like, why the heck are you just guessing at stuff? Why don't you, like, logic it out? I think because the tiredness is hitting me again. Okay, oh gosh, everything went through except me, which isn't great. Like, ultimately, there's going to have to be something else left over there, right? Is that even true? If I do take a 1 back over, that does give me the freedom to then do other stuff with this. I can then move the 2 if I want to on the other side, which is maybe useful. Go back through you. Not like that though. Hold on, back through. Yeah, I'm gonna go back through you like that. Okay, so go back through the 2. Does it make sense? Because they can't move you around. There's also the option of having. Oh, but right now I can't do anything. Since the tiredness is kicking in, I might just leave this one. Maybe it's sensible to just like stop. Because I don't see this suddenly getting better unless I happen to stumble into the answer. Or it'd be better to not stumble, right? I've looked at it now. I've looked at it. Okay, we'll come back to this later. Give that another go. What was that called? That was create conditions. These two that are next to each other turn out to be very difficult. Well, I don't know. That one might not be difficult at all. They might neither of them be difficult, but whatever. I guess if I'm not in the right frame of mind for it, they're going to be more difficult than they are. No return, deep rescue. We had deep teleport, deep rescue. Okay, opposite shore, infinite link, no return. Okay, I'll see you next time, folks, and we'll see what we can get done. All right, see you then. Goodbye.